I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review, and this is one of two requests for Sherlock Bond from Patreon. And if anyone wants to request any type of reviews of movies or something else, re-reviews, topics, reactions, pretty much any type of videos, you can request them, either send it directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is a review for a film called The Invisible Guest, which I'd never heard of. It came out around 2016. And overall, I would say I was rather... It's a movie that pulled me in. I will say it's a movie that I'm like, oh, let's see what this is about. And it was an interesting... has some interesting twists, I'll say that. Because the setup of the film is a film, a foreign film, so you do need subtitles. This entrepreneur of this global tech company, he needs a lawyer, and he's seen this defense attorney lawyer. She's someone that prepares witnesses and say, hey, I need your cooperation, you need to tell me everything, prepare you for what is going to happen, all the ins and outs, we can't leave anything to chance because they may pick it apart and the jury will eat you alive if you're not careful. And pretty much twisting, turning on point of view, and how can I how do I tell it without giving it away? Anyway, the setup of the film is, like I said, this entrepreneur, he was in the room that seemingly nobody else could get in. This woman is dead, he's been arrested, and the defense attorney, she's asking, hey, what all happened? And apparently this all started because the two were having an affair, and they're both married to someone else, but they were sleeping behind their husband, wife's backs. And while they were coming back from another sexual rendezvous, they avoided a deer. This other person in their car crashed. Person is found to be dead. And it's like, well, what do we do if people find out about us? It's mainly the lady. The lady tells the entrepreneur, if people find out about us, if they find out, it's going to ruin everything. Let's just put this car, hide the body. Hey, it wasn't our fault anyway. It was the deer's fault. And we just go off our merry way. And then that kid's parents find some stuff out. And are they blackmailing the entrepreneur? Are they blackmailing the lady? Are they the ones that killed the lady in the hotel room? Is there another person involved? Like, what's all the ins and outs of... It cuts between the entrepreneur telling the story and this... I think it's like I forget if it's his apartment or hotel room. I forget which, but interspersed with the ongoing story this guy's telling. Now, I know everything I just barely spit out doesn't seem like it's that interesting, but it's a story that I thought had some really well written culmination of events, if that makes sense. And it is a movie that's hard to talk about without going into spoilers, because as the movie goes on, you realize certain things may not be what they appear to be, and vice versa. And some twists that I did not see coming. And I'm like, huh, that's actually pretty good. And the acting is solid. Yes, it's in a foreign language, so you gotta read subtitles, but the emotions are conveyed very well. I especially like the lady who played the defense attorney. She has some really strong moments where she's talking intensely to her client, this entrepreneur, and showing various degrees of emotions. Again, it's one of those movies that as it went along, I'm like, where's this going? And you think it's going this way, it's not quite this way. And the ending in particular, I thought, wow, that's actually rather satisfying and clever. Well done movie. I thought the story was pretty interesting where it led to. Fun. I have to go into spoilers. It's hard for me to talk about without it, so bear with me, spoilers, starting now. Like I said, this lawyer is asking the guy what happened. Oh, I'm sleeping around with this girl, even though we're married. He says they were being blackmailed, some random attack, woke up, the lady's dead. And she's like, well, how could anyone, it seems like no one could get in. So then, hey, you gotta tell me more. So then, again, pretty much what I said. The deer, car crash, blah, blah, blah. They went their separate ways, suspicions. And then apparently the girl had stolen the dead person's wallet and hacked into it. And the dead person's name is Daniel. Hacked into Daniel's account, stolen money, create this fake trail. The cops tell, hey, what's with this money trail? The parents go, well, that's not our son. Something weird is going on. And the parents start having their investigation. And this is where the twisty, turvy plot really got me engaged to see where this was leading to. Because the movie will make you think it's going in this one direction. And then like a car, wait, back up. Actually, maybe it's this direction. Okay, maybe it is quite, but maybe it's this direction. And it wasn't so abrupt that it got me confused. It wasn't so crazy that I thought, this is a bunch of horse shit. This is totally 100% fantasy. Because, again, this is spoilers. On one hand, you're thinking, okay, this lady was manipulating this entrepreneur, and she's like, we need to do this, and the guy painting himself out to be such a victim and such an innocent, almost bystander, and you realize that the movie's going on that this guy is far from innocent. He was far more than an innocent bystander. In fact, more and more stuff comes out, like the fact that, oh, he didn't just bury the car in the water. Oh, the guy wasn't really dead, he was unconscious, so he made a decision. And then there's a moment where the defense attorney is looking at him so intensely and emotionally, and you're thinking, well, it's because, like any human being, wait a minute, you did murder this person. But there's more to that, which you think back, you go, oh, that makes even more sense to why that was so emotional. Interesting, but I'll get to that in a minute. And so again, the entrepreneur painted this one picture, again, like he was such a victim, and then the defense attorney goes along with it. Well, you know what, maybe the parents did kill that woman, and maybe oh, the wife was working in the hotel, and then she had someone to lift up the window, and that's how the father snuck in. But then you take it back a bit. And it seems like, oh, that's where the movie's going. That's where the mystery is being solved. Wait a minute. Maybe it was the guy who actually was more callous about the situation, including back at the time with when they almost hit the deer. And maybe it wasn't the girl that came up and said, let's have this plan. Maybe it was the guy who did it. Maybe it was the guy who opened the guy's door. Maybe it was the guy who said, you get back there. Maybe it was the guy the entrepreneur who hacked into the account. Maybe it's him that left a paper trail. Maybe it's him who doesn't care about anybody else and will only use people and manipulate people to his own selfish, what he deems worthy, his own selfish desires. And that before the entrepreneur was painting this girl as this femme fatale, but it's like, wait a minute. The defense attorney is telling him about this. Maybe she wasn't such a femme fatale you make it out to be. Maybe you're the one who did this and this and this, and maybe you initiated this, and maybe you're the one. The reason this is all happening in this, for his sake, I'll just say a hotel room, is the other twist. That maybe the girl had called the parents and had told everything. And in case something happens, and then the parents notice, wait a minute, the girl's dead, this guy might get away with it. And then maybe the parents had heard that this lawyer was coming. And maybe the parents made this plan where they are former actors. And the reason maybe someone would pretend to be this defense attorney and then have this certain device that looked like a pen but was a recorder to record pretty much his confession and not really be like, you realize that the parents of the son who died because of this piece of shit, especially the fact that he had a chance to save him and he didn't, they concocted a plan to bullshit him. This defense attorney, quote unquote, was bullshitting the whole time. So when you look back, you go, that's why she got so emotional when the entrepreneur admitted that the kid wasn't dead yet in the trunk or in the car. Oh, that makes more sense. And they did record the thing. And the attorney was the mom in this little bit of makeup. Not too ridiculous. It's not like a Mission Impossible theme, but a little bit of makeup here and there. And also reference to a line she said earlier where she goes, "You're not smarter than I am." That came to fruition. That is the truth. And then the clincher, the parents, because she walks out, she's gone over to the other building on the other side where the husband's been recording everything, and they're looking across the way to the other building where the entrepreneur is shot because he's been fucked over, he's been had, and this son of a bitch is going to get what he deserves by the parents. That's, that was satisfying. And then the extra kick in the nuts, there's a knock on the door. He opens it, and it's the real defense attorney. And it's like, man, he got, if he didn't fuck himself over, he was the real defense attorney that would have given him his innocence, that would have helped him out, and I thought that's what made the film work for me. Granted, the actors did their jobs well. Good luck with me trying to pronounce these names, though. I'm surprised that the critical was so lukewarm, apparently, because this seems like a film critics would enjoy. Mario Casas, he was the businessman, the entrepreneur. Barbara Lenny, she was the girl who, again, was, for a good chunk of the film, from his point of view, his story, she was this femme fatale, but really she was more innocent than we were led to believe. Francesc Orella as the attorney. But see, because it was a mask, is it Francesc Orella who is the attorney for most of it? Oh no, wait. No, that's a guy. That's a guy. So is it Blanca Martinez who's the defense attorney? Or is that Anna Wagner who plays the mom? Like, who? The girl throughout most of the film who has those good emotional moments, which actress would I really say? Is it the mother who's under makeup, or was it... Because there is the real one that appears, and she doesn't look the exact same. I know I'm confusing people already. People are like, shut the fuck up. But again, the Invisible Guest. Yeah, I guess if you like, well, I mean, I just spoiled the mystery, so I guess that would ruin things. But I figure, Sherlock Bond, he's seen this film, so he wanted me to go a little bit in depth with spoilers. The movie was not a bad looking film. It was a well acted film. It was a movie that, again, kept me pulled in as to what was going to happen next. And I thought the reveal and the finale, like I said, was satisfying. The parents getting their revenge by using their wits, by using their brains, by fucking this guy up and manipulating things so that they could get the truth, and so that this guy could just come up and get what he deserves. Yeah, I thought that was it's a rather good script, and I actually want to give credit to who wrote it. Oriol Paulo, I guess that's the name, who directed it as well. Okay, so he directed the film too. I guess the other film he did was... That's not the one I'm thinking of, is it? No, okay, something called The Body. And I don't think he's done anything... Some film called Mirage, which I don't know what that is, Mirage. It's on Netflix. But, yeah, pretty decent film if you like mysteries. If it twisty turny, but again, nothing that made me go, so what the fuck, like that kind of reaction. It was more of, oh, okay, okay, again, that feeling to it. I'm like, oh, not bad movie, not bad. So I don't really know how else to review it, because again, how do you review where the power of it, in my opinion, is it works better when you don't know much about it. But at the same time, it's a paid request. I don't think, the movie's pretty interesting, a mystery. Thank you. Bye-bye. In the video. So, but yeah, The Invisible Guest, pretty decent film. I liked it. Again, it is one of those movies that, as it went on, it pulled me in. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that quite a bit. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later.